For all your video and photography needs, definitely reach out to evokestudio.io. That's evokestudio.io. Stop by the website, check out our work, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. This is a part 2 video to the P365 shootout. The video leading up to this one is in a link below. The question I had at the beginning of this video was how much different is each one of these guns, and where will I see the most benefit based on barrel length or slide length and grip length. I ran 4 combinations of this firearm. The OG original P365, the X, which is like a middle child or the Goldilocks zone perhaps, the XL, which we're all familiar with I think, and the oddball, that's with the short grip and the long slide. And then there's the kitchen sink, which I don't know if I'll get into that in this video. I ran these platforms. Bye, love. Have a good night. I ran these platforms through a few drills and joined forces with Josh from CQC Holsters to share our real-time impressions. So basically, it's going to be like taking you to the gun range with us. Also, a quick note, I had catastrophic drama with my audio. Anybody who runs their own YouTube channel as a one-man team feels my pain. Original audio. It's a little faster. After I spent hours trying to fix it. It's a little faster. Not too bad. And the bright side is that I also muffled the gunshots. That'll be less annoying for anyone listening to this in headphones. And now just the original OG 365. All right, here we go. 5 rounds with the XL. I'll run through these real quick, and in just a moment, I'll slow these all down and we'll look at them a little closer. Go 5 rounds on this. Here we go. Got the long slide, short grip, 5 rounds. Load it, be hot, ready to go. God, that's hard to determine. Okay, I created this arrow at an angle. All the arrows are at the exact same angle. So this will give us a good example of the difference of recoil between each one of these firearms. My baseline is the original Gangster. As you can see, I lined it up on the top 2 sights. Moving on to the XL, you can see quite a bit of recoil reduction, or at least muzzle flip, whatever you want to call it. The X, slight reduction, and the oddball, a slight reduction as well. Josh and I will talk more about this in a minute in regards to its coming mostly from the slide and not the grip. Due to the need to clean up this audio, you will have a hard time hearing the beep from my shot timer, so it may sound a little bit weird, but it's in there in the original audio anyway. So the first drill I'm going to do is just the easy one, right? The first shot off, right out of a painless carry holster. I'm going to use the same holster for all of these draws. We're going to start off with the OG. Here we go. This 141. 141. Not just an intuitive shooting. 149. 127. 176. That's about 5, I think, right? Right. So, all right, now this is the XL, same drill. Intuitive shooting, so I'm not using a red dot. So acquisition is much better. That was 133, comfortable. I rushed the shot on that one at 126. Slow it down. Finding the grip's about 10% easier. Having control of the weapon after getting a good grip is about 30% easier. That was 136. I rushed the trigger and got lucky at 124. One more shot. And that was a 153. On that one, I got a really shitty grip on, and having that extra material to grab a hold on to sort of correct it as I drew it out was helpful. So That's my first impressions on the original 365 versus the XL with that extra grip, what I'm going to gain from it. If I do come out compromised or whatever, I can kind of recover a little bit easier. So that's it. Cool. This is the original 365, the shorty, little boy.
Buy point.
What's that?
Beaver tail.
Yeah, the beaver tail on the, so the beaver tail on the XL still grip.
Yeah.
So it gets you less bite. Because that last gun just bit you, right?
Oh yeah, it bit me. But you know what though? I've noticed my gray gun grip modules have the beaver tail.
The different,
Yeah, it's a different grip module.
So slide bite was not on my radar, so it's really cool to have other shooters to shoot with. I have really small hands, so the beaver tail doesn't make that much of a difference to me. However, Josh is over 6 foot tall, and from what I hear from his wife, he has huge hands. So with those big old mitts of his, he may get slide bite without a beaver tail grip module, such as the original 365 doesn't have one. The X version, as well as the XL version, do have beaver tail, and I'm sure there's every flavor of aftermarket grip modules with tons of beaver tails for everybody. This video is not sponsored by CQC Holsters. However, he did let me come out to his private range. So if you need a holster, hit the link below, use the promo code, and see if you can find a good fit for your needs. So you're gonna run the XL. Yeah.
There it is, last round, 155. So definitely a lot easier to get into. Beaver tail, less bite, things like that. Smoother to grab the gun. Really like the red dot for the sake of, I like to thumb my slide as I come out. And it kind of gives me that perfect little spot right there to kind of grab onto it. For shooting wise, I don't notice a difference accuracy wise.
Not for the intuitive stuff?
Not for the, I'm point shooting. So right now I didn't aim at all. Everything was just point shooting.
Yeah.
And I mean, just with both guns, about even, same feeling.
That's my experience. I felt like I could hit that target the same. The only difference is if I did get a shit grip or something, I'd have a little bit better chance to recover on the way out.
Ah, it's not the belt.
Hey, things happen, man. Things happen.
I'm going to go ahead and plug my holsters real quick.
Yeah. You don't want that to happen to CQC Holsters instead. Okay. Fist 156. So that was a good representation of the advantage of longer grip. So that was 166. So the biggest difference between shooting the X is I get to keep that long grip. So if I do come out with a compromised grip, that I have a little bit more of an opportunity, a high percentage chance to recover on my way out during presentation. And then the shorter barrel lets me clear the holster a little bit faster, so I can actually start coming forward a little bit sooner, but no big deal. But while I have you here, so that's the long slide short grip. Looks like that. I won't be using the red dot because, again, I'm just doing intuitive shooting right here. Recoil is actually noticeably different, 150. The long slide does help a lot with the recoil, obviously, but okay, so my question that I'm answering myself is, what's the biggest advantage? What's more of an advantage, the long slide or the long grip? Man, I tell you what, I can pull that out of the holster, either one of them just fine. I didn't really notice that big of a difference. Occasionally, the longer grip would help me if I got a bad grip, but the longer slide would give me the less recoil. So we do another drill in a minute, the follow-up shots. So these were the results, basically what I expected to see. The slight increase of average time makes sense. The difference comes in not so much under perfect conditions, but like I said, if you come out with a shit grip, you can usually recover or at least get one off partially compromised.
You really can only focus on the features. You can mount a red dot to it. It's got a beaver tail, and you got about 1 finger space more of room.
Yeah, lots of features.
That's it.
And then
I think one has a better trigger. Doesn't the XL come with a flat face trigger and the X comes with the curve?
Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, that's all preference.
Want to come run these two?
Sure.
Cool. Right. So the only difference if I bought an X out of the store instead of making it would be the red dot option.
Okay. 168. Yeah. You can shoot consistently with it. It's still smooth. It feels great. I mean, like you said, it's a 10% difference. .74. So I'm about 1/10 of a second slower with the smaller grip. 190. That was a slow one. So yeah, I mean, I'm averaging about 1/10 of a second faster or slower. I mean, so doing around 170 on average versus before I was doing about 160 on average.
Running a longer grip or running a longer slide if you had to choose one?
If I absolutely had to, I would choose a longer grip. Definitely a longer grip.
Okay.
Yeah, gives me a little more control of the weapon, lets me get to it faster. I mean, what do they say? An average firefight, 3 to 5 feet. Something really good to grab onto. I'm not accidentally grabbing the top of the gun by accident, biting myself because I got that nice beaver tail to kind of stick into in a stressful situation. Let's say my hands are wet, anything like that. Yeah, I definitely take the bigger grip all day long.
And a few extra rounds. All right, so I can shoot Bob this close, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, buddy. And if you're in a self-defense situation and he has red laser beam eyes, you're clear to,
He's a mutant.
Clear to go hot. Okay. That was with the X, and let's try the oddball. Long slide, short grip. Here we go. Okay, so first initial impressions are the recovery time of the longer slide help for follow-up shots. So big time saver on that. And then I must admit I cheated with the red dot on that one there because it was there. But it took me a minute to find the red dot. So I still have mixed feeling about red dots. I can still carry guns, but that's for another video. So the long slide with a much bigger advantage, this particular drill. All right, same drill. So short slide, short grip. That went pretty well. 388. I'll try that again. Ran out of bang bang, as Jessica would say. No, this is XL. Long slide, long grip. Okay, do it real quick while we're here. It's a little faster. Yeah, this the XL, everything just goes up by like 10%, 8%, just faster. And unfortunately, I'm not taking this red dot off just for this test because I love you guys. It's not that much. And he has to re-zero this shit. All right, so, all right, yeah, I'll talk more about this in the shop. The longer grip makes it about 8% easier to grab, and the recoil is maybe reduced by some small percentage. So it makes a difference as the shots start to stack up, right? So if I'm totaling, say, 6% better at drawing and shooting each shot, then every shot I gain 6% more control compared to the original 365. So although I will say that usually the result is lower speed with the 365 and not that drastically different as far as targeting goes. And of course that would probably change under a different environment, under extreme stress. All right, so I'm just gonna stand in one spot and just kind of shoot at different ranges, 10 yards, 15, 20. Okay, and that's empty. I'll grab the XL. I can't find that shot. The noteworthy mention here from that experience between the original 365 and the XL is they are both capable of hitting silhouette targets between 10 and 20 yards with relative ease under optimum conditions like this. But I will have to slow down just a bit with the original 365 to get similar results on accuracy, but both very capable. X version, short slide, long grip. So that was a double tap on a silhouette at 10 yards, and these wrap-up shots are at 20 yards on silhouettes. feels just fine. I'm reaching out to 20 yards. Here, got the oddball, long slide, short grip, and this does have the red dot on it. So because of the red dot actually made my experience worse because I've got light coming straight in. I've got some ghosting going on there. So I'm spending more energy and time trying to find the red dot, which is mostly my fault. But also it's a real problem for getting some direct sunlight. After I wrap up with these closing thoughts, stick around. I'm going to run some more video of me and Josh just shooting some different pistols and different kind of rifles and pistol caliber carbines. So you can kind of give a difference between the speed difference between each one of these weapon systems. The question at the beginning of the video was how much different is each one of these guns and where will I see the most benefits based on my choices. I've also been tracking how much or how often I carry each one of these guns in their configuration over the last 6 months. I will say the original 365 I carry 50% of the time, the X I carried about 5% of the time, and the XL about 5% of the time. What does that get me up to? Around 60% of the time? 40% of the time I'm either off-body carrying, or I have quick access to a firearm in my vehicle, or I'm not carrying at all because I'm a bad boy. If your priority is having any gun on you versus having nothing at all, then the 365 is that, at least for me. If speed to the first shot is a priority for you, then the X and the XL are the best fit, as the grips made the biggest difference there. And if on your priority list accuracy and speed on follow-up shots, then the long slide made the biggest difference. So the oddball or the XL. Shooting out of cars or out of structures, I would probably prioritize the longer grip. So I'm not recoil sensitive with handguns at all, so that's pretty low on my priority list. However, Jessica is in the market for a gun like mine, and she's a little more recoil sensitive than me, so I told her to get the p365xl Spectre comp because it's dope as fuck, and also because I couldn't justify buying one for myself yet, so I can live vicariously through her. So if you have the budget, that Spectre comp would be pretty damn dope. I'm gonna do another follow-up video comparing her Spectre comp to my regular XL.
3 hours later.
So basically at the end of this, they're all so damn close, right? If you're a bigger person, if you're bigger than me, you're gonna be able to carry the larger gun a lot easier. If you're sensitive to recoil, but a smaller person, you're gonna have a harder time figuring that out. So, so really no answers here for you, but hopefully something in this video was helpful to you. Thanks for being here. My name is Mike. You're at the Gun Channel. We'll see you soon. Got your ears on?
Yes, sir. Nope.
Going hot?
I got the saddest feeling nowadays that all my dreams are much too far away. Sometimes
It's crazy how much faster a PC than
You're like John Wick?
well, not John Wick speed. But it's fun. Yeah, I was just pulling the trigger, so what? Cool.
Damn.
Cool. All right, you rolling, sir?
Yep.
Maybe I will pull this back. Okay. You filled that mag up for me, didn't you?
Yep.
A lot of people at the last Patriot Games, they fucking didn't do 29 rounds, they did 30 rounds. They were fucking hating life. There you go. All right. It's a little 45.
Yep.
Cool.
Little radius.
All right. Do a first shot, Bob. Man, that trigger is light.
Yeah.
And it's quiet. Okay. Here we go. We're having fun. It almost feels like a TV. A little more kick, obviously, but because it's quiet with that on there, that's fun.
Yeah.
Could you tell me what it's really like to feel like you've got the world by your side? Could you tell me what it's really like to feel like you've got the world by your side?
There it is. Oh yeah, I love this gun.
Yeah, that's good setup.
I've smashed the shit out of this thing multiple times.
Smash that ass. You know what else is really fun for a horrible segue? Lifting heavy things and shooting stuff. Anybody interested in a tactical athlete competition, check out the patriotgames.us. They're adding dates and locations all the time to their website. You can sign up to compete or just simply show up to spectate. The Patriot Games are basically a combination of CrossFit, Tough Mudder, and tactical shooting. It's pretty dope and the community is outstanding, and Anthony and Allie always do a great job running these events. Many of you know Jessica and I do all the photography and videography for these events, and we have a production company named Evoke Studio LLC. We do everything from wedding photography to broadcast television. We do specialize in quite a few different things. I would love for you to stop by our website at evokestudio.io, or you can click this QR code here down at the corner. I don't know where I'm going to put it, so I'll just point all these different directions. But yeah, check out our work and reach out to us for all of your photography and videography needs. I feel grateful you would spend your valuable time with me. All right, we'll see you soon.